Welcome back to the MMA Plug, presented to you by DenverSportsBetting.com on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz, sitting here alongside Josh Fremd. We're going to get into the Weekend Rundown. This Weekend Rundown segment is brought to you by Comments from the Peanut Gallery. Follow us along on Instagram at Comments from the Peanut Gallery. Subscribe on YouTube as well. This weekend, we have a pretty monumental card that is going on down in Florida. We have the very first stateside card for Khabib Nurmagomedov's flagship promotion, Eagle FC. This is going to be Eagle FC 44. There's multiple UFC and Bellator vets and elite striking fighters who maybe don't have a ton of MMA experience, but have obviously a breadth of combat sports experience on this card, Josh Fremd. We also have the return of the former UFC champion, former Ultimate Fighter champion in Sugar Rashad Evans, as he's going to be making his way back to the cage to take on Gabriel Checo. What do you think of this, Josh?
I think this is kind of like a good thing because you want to see Sugar back out there doing what he does best, and he's not going up against some top-tier animal killer who's on the prowl for a UFC title shot right now. He's not running into an Anthony Smith. He's against Gabriel Checo, which no slack there, but we've seen his ceiling as an MMA fighter. He's a top-notch jiu-jitsu practitioner, very good on the ground. But when it comes to mixing it all up, this is a good matchup for Sugar to get back in there.
I totally agree with you right there. And then in the main event, we have a just flat-out big old Russian bear in Sergey Karanov taking on Tyron Spong, one of those elite striking specialists, boxing, kickboxing, like we mentioned, that doesn't have a ton of MMA experience, but is going to be making his way back into the cage for this massive matchup on a monumental card. He's one of the striking coaches down there at Sanford MMA. I feel like there's a big spotlight on him, and there's a lot of expectations coming into this card, I feel like.
Yeah.
But, I think it's a matter of how well he's able to get in and out.
Yeah. And you and I were just talking about this on the break. Like, this is a really good matchup because both guys are such high-level guys, even though Karatanov might be a little bit older now. But Tyron Spong, that is an apex predator. It doesn't matter if it's kickboxing or MMA. Yeah, we want to see, can he get in and out? How does he defend certain things, takedowns and otherwise? But, if that guy touches you, whether it's with his leg, his big toe, he can put you to sleep.
Certainly, but I think that we have to also take into consideration the size difference because, again, Spong he's a heavyweight, but he's not
a heavyweight.
When we're talking a guy in Karatanov, that man has to cut some considerable weight to get down to 265 pounds.
Yeah.
He's a big Russian bear.
And how does that play into the fight? Does it get extended and pushes the gas tank? That is why they fight.
Certainly. We also have ACA 135 going down over in Russia.
We have one championship, only the brave this weekend.
Knockout MMA out on the West Coast.
Following up that, we have the Chosen Few FC 20 in the bitter cold of the great north of Wisconsin.
Regional staple promotion out there that seems like they're putting on a show every single week. So shout out to B2 Fighting Series 145. It's going down in Alabama this weekend.
Alabama. Ohio Combat League 17 going down in New York.
OHIO. You have CFFC 105 getting fresh in Philly with a middleweight title on the line. You have a guy who is potentially back on the bubble, lost on the Contender Series, Aaron Jeffrey, fighting for that middleweight title.
I was going to say that's the guy with the mullet. Fierce FC.
I know. Our friend Josh over here, he wants to get his hands on Aaron Jeffrey.
Fierce FC 18.
He's being calm now. Look at him. Look at how ready he's getting.
We're on air here. Let's be professional. Fierce FC 18 will feature the return of one of the top former ranked Colorado lightweights in Josh Wick of Elevation Fight Team. Josh is an extremely talented fighter, but we haven't seen him in action since September of 2019, so we're looking forward to seeing him back in the cage.
Definitely. Super talented.
Very
Can't wait to
tough
see Josh Wick get back in there because that kid, he's got
He
some
can
sauce,
scrap.
man. He can scrap for sure. You have DFC 2 going down on the Delta in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
And then there's also XFN with the World Class Combat Sports 1 going down in South Florida in Coral Gables, Josh Friend.
That sounds beautiful. South Florida.
South Florida right now.
This
would
winter
be
we have right
a
now.
beautiful situation and change up from the bitter cold in Colorado right now. That wraps it up for the weekend rundown.